They were good to go. Good to go.
Right, hello, good evening and welcome to Weymouth Town Council Licence and Planning. And I'd just like to welcome all the members of the public here today and Councillor O'Leary. And good evening, committee. As we have no apologies for absence or substitutions, we can go straight into item 2, which is declarations of interest. I'd just like to remind you all that if you do find as we're going through the agenda that you do have an interest, pipe up at any time. But does anybody at this moment have a declaration of interest? No? Well, we can now go on to item 3, which is the minutes of the last meeting. To approve the minutes of the last meeting held on the 22nd of July as a true and accurate record. Members are asked to agree the minutes held on the 22nd of July. Do I have a proposer? Proposed by Councillor Clifford, seconded by Councillor Dickens. All those in favour? That's unanimous. We now come to item number 4, which is public participation. And with the committee's approval, I'll bring Weymouth Bay Holiday Park planning application into this so that we can deal with it all in one go under public participation. So I know that Councillor O'Leary is itching to speak on this, and if you'd like to.
Wait, you want me to go here or stay here, yeah?
Or you can come down the front if you wish. It would be easier for the rest, some of the committee, instead of straining their neck. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, committee. I'm here as the ward member for Littlemore, Preston and Sutton Point to speak in opposition to the proposals for 241 extra caravans on the Weymouth Bay site. Last night I chaired a residents meeting alongside the other Preston and Sutton Point councillors of about 150 residents who came out, and it was overwhelmingly opposed to this. The issues that we are raising is this is a 33% increase in the size of the park. To me, that is an excessive increase and pushes on overdevelopment. It closes the gap between Weymouth Bay, Seaview and Waterside, the two other parks. Narrows the wildlife corridors within those areas, although there are mitigations within that. I don't think they're outweighed by the proposals within it to close these gaps. The big concern is, and this isn't my estimations, this is contained in the planning report, this is 400 extra vehicle trips a day. That is what is come out of the planning report, and that's what Weymouth Bay have accepted. Now that's 400 extra daily trips on that road coming in and out of one entrance only, which is the main Weymouth Bay entrance. There's no new entrances and there's no diversion through the Seaview route. So if you come out of Sutton Road, 7 Acres Road, even down to Coombe Valley, Preston Road, Cedar Drive, Housdrop Close, all the other roads will just find yourself even more congested than you already are. There's also a 3% increase in traffic within that area. That area is not defined, but a 3% increase in traffic is quite a large increase, in my opinion, especially 400 vehicles. There's several areas. Area G overlooks Four Hill Close, which is currently at the back of that open space area. It would directly overlook onto a number of properties that are currently separate from any holiday park developments. Previous application going back over 10 years ago, something similar was refused on grounds of overdevelopment and encroachment on open green space. The area's got no less more beautiful. We're not dealing with housing needs here, as we would be in a housing development, so there isn't the argument of a land supply issue. In my opinion, this is just a bit of a bridge too far. Preston already suffers from a number of issues from holiday parks, such as noise, pollution, light pollution, and antisocial behaviour in certain times of the year, as well as traffic congestion coming from the current Weymouth Bay entrance, which, as I've stated already, will be further increased. So what I'm urging you to do as a committee is to throw this to Dorset Council with a recommendation for refusal based on overdevelopment, outweighing potential economic developments, which there are some. You know, there will be a lot of investment into the camp, don't get me wrong, and nothing is completely negative, but it's far outweighed, in my opinion, by the negatives to the local residents. And everybody uses these roads as well, and they're becoming more and more congested and nothing's being seriously done about them. And there are no mitigations within this plan to do anything about them. So I very strongly urge you to please reject this plan. Thank you.
Thank you. Would anybody else who's here from to talk about Weymouth Bay, would they like a few quick views, please?
Thank you, Councillor O'Leary. I actually live in Four Hill Close, and we are the most affected by this. As you know,
Yeah.
from last night, we accept those caravan camp at the end of our garden. Now, we'll be completely surrounded on three sides. And also, they propose to put a footpath in, which is actually touching our front wall. We have a entrance to the house on the side, which is raised. Anything they do, they put trees up or anything like that, natural light goes. We put up enough with noise, light pollution. Nighttime, we don't have to turn the lights on and go to the toilet. It's coming through 24 hours a day. You know, lights go off in the front on our close. What's the point? We've got all this light at the back. Also, the whole that landscape, we've got owls, we've got falcons, everything feeding in there, that's gonna go. They're not proposing to do anything inside the site to expand it, but they're saying they're doing stuff outside the site. So people who can't afford to use the extortionate prices they charge are gonna go in and spoil this wildlife area. Again, you know, we're going like that and like that. And we did look at it and they say it can't be seen from any roads or footpaths. Well, you come down White Horse Hill, you're looking straight over the top of it, any of the footpaths on the hills surrounding it, you're seeing it, you can see it now, let alone when they make it any bigger. It's just too much. Sorry, that's it.
No, that's fine, that's fine.
I just think this overdevelopment, you keep feeding why people come to Dorset. Dorset, they come here to look at the greenery and see whatever, and all they're going to see is a caravan park now. So you're basically defeating the point people come to.
And so we're in Portsmouth Avenue, and now up to COVID, we work from home during the day, and we can hear everything where we are. We're not directly next to, but we're a couple of rows, and we can hear absolutely everything. They had a parade the other day outside, and it was so loud, we could hear everything. So I think for people working from home, it makes their lives really, really difficult.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, three things, like Lou said, the traffic, that's horrendous on changeover days. And this has only happened in the last 2 or 3 years, Avon have introduced there never used to be a barrier into the site, they've got a barrier now, and they're trying to check people in as they go in. Prior to that, they used to let them drive on site, go to the caravans and check in at the reception. Reception area used to get really congested, so they tried this new system. What they've basically done is took the congestion from their own reception area, they put it out to the Preston Road. It's prior to the gates being installed and the outside checking area being introduced. It was never as bad as what it is now. That checking system is not fit for purpose. It does not work. They try to check the vehicles as they come in. It backlogs up to Oswington. Going that way, it backs down to Chalbury Corner. On Friday, Chalbury Corner to Housestock Close where I live, half an hour. Another thing, ecology quickly. Avon are trying to say that this is going to be good for the ecology. How can putting 241 units on land that's never ever been lived on be good for the ecology? Ever. There's never been people live on that land ever. And now they're trying to say it's going to be good for the ecology. One other thing from a personal point of view, the noise pollution there. I've lived there 14 years, the first 10 or 11 years, no issue really. But whether they've had a new sound system, the bass noise at night is horrendous. My living room vibrates. I've tried to address this on several occasions with Andy, the general manager there. He seems very dismissive. The previous manager, Doug, they now prop open the doors from the outside into the actual entertainment venue. There's 2 double doors that go into the live lounge, which are soundproof doors. They now prop them open. I've got a photograph of Evan. I've been around there 5 or 6 times. When I approach Andy about turning the bass down, he tells me it's a difficult thing to do. It's all computerised. I was around there last week, spoke to one of the doormen, the DJ. He turned the knob down. The problem was solved. I just think that they're very dismissive of the local residents. It's something that can be, it's not a volume issue, it's a base issue. And they're operating the doors open, and I don't know if that's part of their licensing agreement,
Yeah.
but I'm pretty sure those doors should be kept closed all the time. Thank you.
I just say something, I walked around the park there last week. There are too many caravans in there already, very, very close to each other. I mean, they must hear, each one must hear each other. They're much too tight and it's too near the little roads, because there's little, it's there's traffic. I don't know if it's a 5 mile or 10 mile an hour. There's noise. It's just like a jungle in there. So why put any more? Because when they come out of the caravan park over towards the hills, it's absolutely beautiful. And now they want to put more. And they're spoiling absolutely everything. Because when you climb up the hill, you see Raymond Bay, absolutely fabulous. But too many caravans, it's like a jungle. Horrible.
Hello,
Sorry, I'm emotional.
Yeah.
Our house will become encased with caravans just outside our front door. That's what I want to say, we become whole fish farm.
Yeah.
Time.
okay. Right, thank you, Bob.
Last minute.
You're not going to repeat, are you?
No, I can't remember as my plan. But I wanted to, I took the easy way out where I made some comments on it. And I called the various organisations that the council are setting up to manage the countryside. And I think there are 3 or 4 at the moment in each stage. And I just wonder whether this particular appeal and what's going to happen is going to come within their range of expertise and knowledge. So I'd like to see that happen. In effect, doing the job for us in a way, because they are expertise in whatever jurisdiction, especially the land.
Yep.
And the country. Thanks.
You're welcome. Right, committee, I'll throw it open to, oh, well, start with,
Okay, right.
Mr.
I
Councillor Young.
must admit, this one slipped past me because it's in the no comments. And the overview there says removal of the telecommunications marks. Having looked at the document, yeah, it's overdevelopment. We have 2 large caravan parks there. We have green space between them. We used those, I don't think they detract enormously from the beautiful coast we've got there, but if you put all these caravans in, the 2 are going to merge together into one vast caravan site. So I'm going to vote against this application. Keith Preston as it is with the 2 caravan sites as they are at the moment. We've passed a number of applications for little changes which are okay, but this is a huge sea change in what's there already. I can't support that.
Councillor Taylor.
Yeah, I'd just like a bit of clarity. So I'm just going through all Historic England's documents. And they put obviously mentioning that obviously Jordan Hill Roman Temple is near to this development. Do I need to declare an interest because I look after Jordan Hill for English heritage?
Well, yes, but
Yes.
I would say that is only pecuniary.
Okay, that's fine.
Non-pecuniary.
That's fine.
Non-pecuniary.
And just reading Historic England's comments as well, any encroachment on that monument and Preston Roman Villa as well.
Yeah.
For me, absolutely no, so I'll vote against this as well. So.
And they also bring in the account of the church.
Yeah.
St Anne's. Steve?
Well, yes, I've pretty much all been said now.
Yeah.
But I would like to propose that we refuse this and send it off as not.
Yeah. We raised.
On what grounds, please?
Well, on the grounds that it's had a previous planning application that was refused, with appeal that was refused, traffic generation,
Hang on.
sorry,
Previous. Planning, decision and appeal. Traffic generation,
noise disturbance,
yeah.
and the density on site is overwhelming.
Seems overwhelming, okay.
Especially for the people in Fall Hill. That's completely unacceptable.
Councillor Clifford?
Yeah, so we're here to represent the public, and the public are very much against this, so I think we're all on as one there. They are proper grounds for us to say that we object. They're not enormously strong grounds. Traffic generation is the strongest because that's the most difficult one for them to circumvent, but noise, they can say they can do some work that's going to keep the noise down. They could change a few positions from a few caravans, which means that there's less overlooking. I'm just scratching my brain in my head here, trying to work out, is there a stronger objection that we might find than just an increase in traffic on a road that, much though I hate it because I get stuck in it all the time, it does cope reasonably well most of the time.
Yeah. With traffic generation, the highways have already been approached.
Yeah.
And they don't have a problem.
No, they're not going to.
So it's a very low.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
But we can object because we feel that 400 extra journeys per day is too much for a small suburb of a town.
Yeah, I'm just trying to strengthen it and find more grounds than,
It's the layout and the density of the caravans. I think they could really alter that.
Yeah.
Do away with
if they got rid of the
Area
Jordan
G.
Hill part.
Eh?
If they got rid of the Jordan Hill part of it.
But area G, which is right on the Four Hill, that to me should all go.
Yeah.
Because if you walk on it, you can't in the autumn and in the winter.
Yeah.
And spring, if it rains, that's where all the water comes down to. Yeah, and we can object on the noise and the disturbance from use. Is a planning view. But I would just like to see area G done away with altogether. But we'll object to it all.
Can we give a narrative instead of just saying these are the grounds? Let's apply narrative to it, which will show the strength of feeling, local public feeling, the feeling of this council, the unit on anticipating the unit. So we strengthen it with a narrative behind it rather than just say no on these three areas.
So, how would you like to word it then, Steve? Any ideas, John?
Suggestions.
No, so the Weymouth Town Council objects on the grounds of the traffic generation. Strongly objects
Yeah, definitely.
on the grounds of traffic generation, previous planning and appeals, because they've lost out, because they say that it's something to do with the ecology, the outlook of the, because you've got to remember, it's part of the Jurassic Coast. It's also part of the Dorset, oh crikey, it slipped my mind at the minute, the area of outstanding natural beauty.
Put that in it, isn't it?
Yeah. The overshadowing and loss of outlook to the people in Four Hill Close.
The loss of the wildlife corridor there, we're filling in green space. I don't know if that's any.
Yeah.
The encroachment onto the historic landscape of the area.
Exactly. Hang on, Nicky's writing down at the time.
To store it. Landscape. What about the noise?
Yeah.
If we get the density into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nicky's going to read it out and we
Oh,
can,
goodness.
we can see if we all agree.
Weymouth Town Council objects strongly on grounds of traffic generation, previous planning and appeal decisions. It is an area of outstanding national beauty, overshadowing, loss of outlook, loss of wildlife corridor, encroachment on the historic landscape, density and noise disturbance.
Could you also put light pollution on that?
No, because it won't get to the locks. You already know that they'll say we'll put in 20 watt bulbs, so that they'll just mitigate that.
Okay, yeah.
Is overdevelopment the grand at all? It's sort of solid
yeah.
grand.
Is there somewhere?
Yeah.
Hang on.
Layout and density of buildings is, I think they've changed the wording. I reckon they've gone to that one now. But it used to be density.
You put that one in as well then?
Yeah.
Layout and
Yeah.
density.
Of the caravans to already homes.
I mean, in Fort Hill, closest case,
Yeah.
there's definitely overlooking loss of privacy
Yeah.
as well, if that's already on there.
Okay.
Right. I'll just get Nikki to read it out so that we're all in agreement.
Again,
I just want to make sure that's.
Weymouth Town Council objects strongly on the grounds of traffic generation, previous planning and appeal decisions. It is in an area of outstanding national beauty, overshadowing, loss of outlook, loss of wildlife corridor, encroachment onto historic landscape, density, noise disturbance, layout and density of caravans and loss of privacy.
So,
Can I have one further sentence?
yeah, yeah,
So the council understands that at least 100 local residents have raised concerns.
Okay, well,
I sent it too far.
yes, please.
Council understands that at least 100 local residents have raised concerns with this application. And a strong delegation came to our council meeting to reinforce this.
no,
You can see the way the boat's going to go, but however, we are a tourist town.
Yep.
And we needed to move with the times. At one stage, we relied on hotels. The current vogue is we're using caravans. I've been to Devon, I've been to Cornwall and stayed at caravans. It makes an affordable place where families can go, which avoids going on a plane, which I see as a benefit. So with it, you know, I acknowledge the strength of opinion, but we are a seaside town. Our economy, for better or for good or ill, does depend on tourism. This will bring in people to our restaurants, our pubs, and it's good for our local economy. I know. So every part of the town plays its part in supporting this economy. So I know it's not the common view, but that's my view.
just to counter that, they are putting in place so many things to keep the people on site that they're then possibly not getting into town quite so much to spend their money. I mean, how can we tell? It's, no one measures these kind of things really. But I suspect that less and less as time goes by, as the fish and chips shops arrive, as the cafes arrive on the site, as the entertainment gets larger and larger, that they won't be spending their money in Weymouth, they're spending it in Havens, money making.
Wetherspoons are moving into Havens.
As we've got quite a number of councillors and obviously residents who actually live there, and I would argue, John, that we've done our bit. And in terms of caravans and the traffic and the tourism, and there is a limit to what's sensible in any one location. I think I would say we've reached that limit, but I think it's a very fair point that you've made.
Yeah. So we've all heard the proposal and what we would like to send to. It's being proposed by Councillor Dickens. It's been seconded by Councillor Day. All those in favour of the motion? Any against? And one against.
You throw anything in.
Thank you, committee, and thank you, members of the public. You're quite willing to hang around and see the rest of the proceedings. But I'm sure you've all got better things to do.
Yeah, I was going to say, they were straight out the door. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're in a rain jacket.
Thank you very much.
You're very much.
Number 12, you want to go to item 12 now?
With the committee's approval, I'd like to go to item 12 on the agenda, please, which is Broadmead Avenue.
Broadmeadow Road.
Broadmeadow Road, sorry.
Oh,
Broadmeadow Road in Wyke. And we have a couple that are hoping to get double yellow lines. And they have sent us a raft of photographs. And the things, would you like to speak on it or?
I'm not great at public speaking.
As she stands up and goes, I'm accustomed as I am to public speaking.
Councillor Taylor's ward member, so maybe he
Yeah,
can
yeah.
add in a moment. Do you want to speak, Laura?
We'll see how it goes.
Okay,
I don't know,
we'll start with councillor
yeah, I
Taylor.
don't anticipate much objection here. So, as Councillor Dickinson said, it's probably the most extensively done traffic thing I've ever seen. And it should be an example to other residents who want to get things like this done. It is becoming, as Laura's mentioned, quite a serious problem. And you can see on the agenda, it is numerous examples of how bad it is getting to that section of the road. Again, there is only one way in, one way out there as well. Just as a slight note as well, Councillor Toft and myself obviously went down there. Councillor Toft put in an FOI request to the emergency service, and they interestingly came back saying they don't keep any records of any instances where they've struggled to get down that road, which I found quite odd and very surprising indeed. But nevertheless, you can see examples on there of an ambulance that's really basically stuck there. So yeah, it's more than a case of this just extending them double yellow lines further down the road and on both sides, because again, we've mentioned before, as people asking for yellow lines and then just moving the problem to the other side of the road, so yeah, just an extension of double yellow lines if we're all in agreement. So
just as a matter of interest, does bin lorry get that?
well, it's
The bin lorry has struggled and has left notes on people's cars.
yeah, okay, because I know Laura's made I think you mentioned when me and Councillor Top went down, that delivery vans have actually stopped at the top of the road and actually had to physically just walk stuff down the street because they can't get down there.
They have to carry a sofa from the top of the street, all the way down to the bottom.
Right, councillor Day?
Is there off-road parking for most of the properties down there?
Yes. There is,
Two of your cars on most of.
Mm.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it?
That's all I'm thinking is if we, if we're gonna put double yellows down, then where's everyone gonna park?
It's only on, if you go down the left-hand side, first, basically, 3 houses to get to the bend. And then the other side, okay, no problem, because they'll
Yeah.
on that side, be room to go down.
Yeah,
So you're just putting down slightly down one side to get to the bend, which is 3 or 4 houses.
I'll just show where
Narrows part of the road.
this is what
Yes,
has been suggested.
yeah.
So this down the bottom of the shot is Portland Road.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm not against the double yellows, but we fall back on this thing of it being policed, don't we? Because people don't pay attention to double yellows.
Well, it's worked up on 7 acres.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm
no.
really
I mean,
surprised.
I'm all for putting the double yellow lines in, definitely.
Well, I'm sure councillor Taylor would like to propose.
Yep.
And you'd like to propose that Weymouth Town Council strongly support this application?
absolutely, yes.
Can I just ask a quick question?
Yeah.
So just look at the pictures, it looks like it's not mass parking, it's occasional parking that causes pinch points. Is that fair? So just looking at pictures, it's an odd car here and there. That means you just get the squash, so
Yeah.
there might not be that much. That many cars that actually get in place. Yeah.
We can probably give you 1 or 2, sometimes 3 or 4 a day, you get pissed on that, when nobody can get through.
It's the inconsiderate parking, isn't it?
Yes.
Especially with them shops as well, like Tesco's, that just literally just round the corner as well, don't also help Even though there is parking on site, if people are quickly just nip there.
Yeah.
We're not moving the problem, are we?
No, that's
This
one
is why I was
occasion
conscious of not moving the problems with
yeah, that's helpful, thank you.
It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 cars.
Yeah.
Length that we would just need the double yellow lines, because when you get people parking one side and then they have to park over half their car on the pavement, for then a fire engine to get through, but most of them don't do that. They can park 2 inches from the curb, so literally it's such a struggle.
Yeah. I'm just making an observation here that there are roads in Weymouth where a convention has developed without anything causing this to happen, where on one side of the road only, people park with 2 wheels on the pavement. Supposed to do, but nobody complains and it works. You can then get.
Especially in Western.
It's just an observation that hasn't happened here. Yeah.
All the locals do is all the people at the top end of the road just
Oh, okay.
abandon their car and then go
Right.
off and come back.
Ah, I see, yeah, yeah,
Half an hour there.
Yeah.
an hour there.
yeah.
Well, we have a proposal from councillor Taylor. Yeah, we have a seconder in councillor Day. All those in favour?
So can I just check that we're supporting the recommendation that
Yeah.
we send it up to Dorset Council for
Yeah,
assessment
yeah.
and scoring?
Yeah, so that's unanimous. No. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
Thank you
very
very
much.
much.
You're welcome.
Yes, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Now, we go back to. Some planning application for discussion. And after talking about Weymouth Bay, the only ones we have left are the Ringstead Crescent, Malcolm Court, or 2 Windermere Crescent.
Oh yeah, those are the ones that came in
After
after legal dispatch.
So if anybody wishes to talk about those 3. No, so I propose that we move those 3 into the no comment. Item 6. Seconded by councillor Laurel. All those in favour? Any objections? Abstentions?
I forgot to put my hand up today.
I'll put that down as unanimous.
I was going through my usual, which is that sigh of sadness that someone's getting rid of timber windows and put in plastic. But
Depends on what plastic they've put in, because now modern ones will be quite good looking.
You can get some that are sort of wood effect.
Yeah, really good wood effect. We now come to item 6. Would anybody like to talk about the land at Newton's Road? I thought you would, John.
All right, let me stop.
Yeah, and that's just to get on with it.
Yeah, just get on with it. Yes, it's acknowledged that, because we did comment on it every time it's come before, so that as they've made some changes, we ought to at least acknowledge they've made some changes, and so I kind of welcome the expansions they've made to the footpath. And yes, look forward to getting up to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to reiterate that. We passed this, this has been around several times already. There was a digger there this week and I was thinking at last, maybe something's happening. Just get a move on and get something done.
So are we going to actively support that, or is that just a comment?
That's active support.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're going to ask for a material consideration there.
Economic development.
Economic development.
what was the non-material?
This, go on, councillor Clifford.
So, well, as I said, what the hell is this doing in front of us? So
Yes.
this is basically a non-planning application because it looks like something might be going that's in breach, but isn't. It's just nonsense. This whole system's gone mad. This is why there's so many delays in planning everywhere. So yeah, frustrated from certain points.
I would just like on this development, they were very, very good. The team came in, this is going back 2 years?
Yeah.
2-3 years.
Yeah.
And we said credit to councillor Wakeling at that time. He said, look, will you lower it?
Yeah.
Because there's a coastal watch and you're going to build in front of it.
Yeah, they were really
So how
good.
are they going to look at it? So they lowered it, they increased car parking.
Yeah.
And they made every change that we asked for.
Yeah, they've been really good.
Yeah.
And we've got nitpicking that's taking place now in order that's going to delay it. It's just
Yeah,
Does make it side.
Okay, so who was proposing the,
councillor Arell,
yeah,
seconded by councillor Young.
Yeah.
okay,
All those in favour?
thank you.
That is unanimous.
Okay.
And now we can go on to all the other, in item 6, that we've had our stock answer to item 6. I'll propose it, seconded by councillor Taylor. All those in favour? That's unanimous. You can
Just
now
like-
move on
Could
to,
we add a little comment on the warm market, just to say, really pleased to see this happening. And it's great that
Yeah.
the town council takes such care over
Yeah.
important public monuments like this.
did you get that?
No, if you could just repeat that, please. Pleased to see.
Just really pleased that Weymouth Town Council is being seen to act when it needs to maintain public memorials in an appropriate manner. Really pleased to see that happening.
It's a hope. Yeah, we'll say that one, that one.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need a vote, I think, do we?
Um,
On the safe side, proposed by councillor Clifford, do I have a seconder? Councillor Dickens, all those in favour of the comment with? That's unanimous, then covered then.
yeah, right.
We now come to item 7, which is tree preservation laws. There aren't any. Item 8, planning act responded to under delegated powers, and these are just information items. Members are asked to note the information items above, and it's all about trees. Item number 9. Licensing of all appeals, application to vary premises license of White Regis Social Club. Have you got anything to say on that, councillor Taylor?
No, nothing out of the ordinary, to be fair.
Yeah.
It all seems fine, so.
And have you got any representation that we should send up to Dorset Council?
I just fully support the application that's been done. So.
Because it's not the working men's club, it's the smaller
Yeah,
one down.
the downhill.
Yeah, yeah, I do.
It's a seconder.
Seconder for this, councillor Dickens. All those in favour? And that again is unanimous. We don't have any sitting out licenses. We don't have other development consultations. We've already done item 12. We have no, item 13, we don't have any traffic regulation orders. Item 14 is information items. Has anybody got anything on those? Do we have a neighbourhood plan update, John?
Yes, it's kind of grinding its way on, was the examiner has provided some comments which the committee from Weymouth is responding to. It's halfway through doing the response, but generally it seems to be proceeding
On course.
as much as the Titanic. Yeah.
On course to a referendum.
Yeah, indeed.
I see we don't have any emergency items, so thank you, committee. We'll end the meeting. Thank you very much
I'm
indeed.
just going to stop the lights to be.